गाइस वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। और आज की वीडियो में इम्प्लीमेंट करने वाले हैं डेकोरेटर डिज़ाइन पैटर्न। और डेकोरेटर डिज़ाइन पैटर्न जनरली वहाँ यूज़ होता है जहाँ पे ये एक स्ट्रक्चरल डिज़ाइन पैटर्न है, तो हम ये वहाँ यूज़ होता है जहाँ पे हमें रन टाइम पे डायनामिकली बिहेवियर ऐड करना पड़ता है या इन्हांस करना पड़ता है कंक्रीट ऑब्जेक्ट का। इसमें हम जो एग्जिस्टिंग क्लास है उसका कोई स्ट्रक्चर चेंज नहीं करना चाहते, बट वी वांट टू ऐड फंक्शनैलिटी और बिहेवियर एट रन टाइम। सो ये एग्जांपल है वन ऑफ द यूज़ केसेस का। तो डेकोरेटर डिज़ाइन पैटर्न इज़ जनरली यूज्ड वेयर we want to add few features or behaviors at the runtime. For example, in a ice cream vending machine, the base of that machine, the base of that ice cream is suppose vanilla. Now this depends on the user what type of toppings they want. They want a caramel flavor or chocolate flavor. तो उस केस में हम डेकोरेटर डिज़ाइन पैटर्न यूज़ करते हैं because we want to add that particular behavior at the runtime with the base class which is vanilla ice cream here. This can also be used in other cases like pizza making factory because the toppings are dynamic and they can be based on what the client suggests. So this is dynamic behavior, and you can also see the UML diagram of this is a class diagram of the decorator pattern for ice cream class. So ice cream class के अंदर we always have an interface, और interface के inherited classes जो होती हैं वो concrete classes होती हैं. तो this is the interface here, and this interface has two pure virtual functions which is get description and cost. This cost will be overridden by every base concrete class. Every concrete class, for example vanilla ice cream, if we have even more flavors we can add here. और ये कौन सी फंक्शन को ओवरराइड करेगा? दिस विल ओवरराइड द कॉस्ट. उसके बाद वी हैव एंड दिस इज़ द आइसक्रीम इंटरफेस. दिस इज़ द आइसक्रीम कंक्रीट क्लास विद ईच फ्लेवर. नाउ अगर हमें डेकोरेटर डिज़ाइन पैटर्न इसमें यूज़ करना है तो वी विल हैव टू मेक अ इंटरफेस फॉर द डेकोरेटर बिकॉज द टॉपिंग टाइप्स कैन बी मैनी. तो वी ऑलवेज यूज़ एन इंटरफेस एंड इनहेरिटेंस लॉजिक वेन एवर there is one base class there are many options. So for example chocolate decorator or caramel decorator or any star decorator. So we will have ice cream decorator as an interface which will be inherited by all different type of toppings or decorations. So in this ice cream decoration, this will be an inherited class of the ice cream class because we want to use them interchangeably. तो जो आइसक्रीम क्लास थी जिससे वेनिला इनहेरिट हुई थी, डेकोरेटर भी उसी से इनहेरिट होगी, और जो इंटरफेस डेकोरेटर क्लास है उससे इनहेरिट होंगी डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ टॉपिंग्स लाइक चॉकलेट डेकोरेटर और कैरमल डेकोरेटर हियर. सो लेट्स गो ऑन Visual Studios and start implementing it. So the first class in the topological order that we will be making will have an in degree of 0. That means this is the ice cream class because ice cream class हैज़ इन डिग्री ऑफ 0 क्योंकि आइसक्रीम क्लास टॉप लेवल क्लास है. इसके बाद ही सारी क्लासेस इससे इनहेरिट होती हैं. तो आइसक्रीम क्लास हम सबसे पहले बना लेंगे जिसके अंदर वी विल इंक्लूड स्ट्रिंग एंड आईओ स्ट्रीम. And in this class, okay, I will have to switch off Copilot, and now I'll have to restart my Visual Studios. Okay, so we will make this class. This is an interface. This is going to be an interface, and this ice cream class will have public functions which is the get name of the ice cream or get description. So it is not going to return anything obviously, and it is the name is get description, and it is not going to have any argument or parameter also, and this is going to be pure virtual. So this is how we make it pure virtual. Now we will also make the destructor virtual because every base class during inheritance must have a virtual destructor. So this destructor we are going to make virtual. and then I think there is some mistake over here. Okay, we're going to have the cost calculation also. So this will calculate the cost, which is also virtual currently. Okay, so this is the interface for the ice cream, which has two pure virtual functions and the destructor, which is also virtual. Now we will inherit this class as different type of ice creams. For example, the first type of ice cream that we have is vanilla ice cream. So in this you will be having the headers, and we will be making this class. It also has to include string because get description prints a string. So this is going to inherit the interface, which is ice cream. So obviously we have to include that. We use pragma once so that it is only pre-processed once, it is only compiled once. So now let us make the class. In this class we are going to override all these functions. So let's make everything public and let us override all these functions. So we have get description, which we are going to override, and we have print cost. So let us say it returns an int and it returns a string. Because it is get and not print description, so let us update it here. Yeah. So in this it returns a string, which is this is an ice cream. This is a vanilla ice cream. This is what it is going to return, and it is being overrated from this. We have publicly inherited the ice cream class here. So yeah, and this returns a price. The price of vanilla is suppose 100. So let us also use this. Now we will make the decorator class. So we need an ice cream decorator, which is going to inherit ice cream.hpp. So let us copy from vanilla ice cream because it is going to inherit the same class. Let us make the class which is ice cream decorator, which is going to publicly inherit from the ice cream class. Now here we make it public, and we make these functions, they remain as pure virtual, because ice cream decorator doesn't do anything. The inherited or the concrete decorators do it. So but we will have an instance which is going to be private, and this instance will be of the ice cream class, and we will have a constructor here from the ice cream decorator, which will take an ice cream class object, or let's call it instance, and the instance will be updated, and then we will have a get description and which we are going to inherit from this class. Now let us make the toppings. So let's say chocolate ice cream, chocolate decorator, and let us make the other type of decorator is caramel decorator. So in the chocolate decorator we are going to inherit this class. So let us modify this. We have the chocolate decorator and we are going to inherit it from the ice cream decorator class instead. And here we don't have to include this class but the ice cream decorator class. So now we have this object which is instance, and what we do here is we override these functions now. So in the vanilla ice cream we have already overridden these functions. Let's again override these functions. So in this we have to return the instance get description plus, was this going to be a string, plus with chocolate toppings. Okay, and here it is going to override with chocolate toppings. The price is this into instance get cost. Similarly in the caramel decorator we are going to override it. So here we will have the caramel decorator instead, and we will give caramel toppings, and we'll also have which is even expensive as compared to normal vanilla chocolate. So now all our classes look fine. Now let us move to the main.cpp. In the main.cpp we are going to include iostream and all the headers, let's say strings, and using namespace std. We also have to include all the different we have to include the base class, which is the base class is vanilla ice cream. We have to include chocolate decorator, we have to include ice cream, we have to include caramel decorator, and we will also include the ice cream base class, which is the interface. Now in this let's create the main function. So in the main function, first of all we create a pointer to the ice cream, or let's create a pointer to the vanilla type of ice cream. So let's say ice cream vanilla instance, that is going to be new vanilla ice cream, and let's create it. Now let's print the vanilla ice cream. So let's print description, which is vanilla instance get description, and let us print it. We will also print the cost, which is this. Let us just check this. If this works, then we'll move on to the decorator. Okay, this worked. So we were able to print the ice cream and the cost. Now let us move to the decorator. Let us create a class with the decorator. So let's name it the interface name, which is ice cream decorator. So ice cream decorator, this is chocolate instance, and let us create a new object using ice cream decorator, object of, let us also add the here the constructor here. So in the constructor, the name of the constructor will be caramel, and the name of the constructor here will be, this already has ice cream, right? The name of the, it will be here, it will be chocolate decorator. So I think this is fine now. And let us not mention it new this, but let us mention it ice cream decorator, chocolate incense, and this is chocolate decorator type. And let us make new, and let us pass it here a type of chocolate, which is this. Okay, because default constructor was not there, therefore it was showing in red. Now we have created the instance. Now we will call on this. Something wrong here. What is the, okay, this is the constructor, this is the constructor here, constructor here. Okay, let us fix this. So it updates here and here, the instance over here and here. Let's try to run it. Okay, the constructor for this must explicitly initialize, which doesn't have a default constructor. What? Chocolate decorator. Constructor must explicitly initialize a base class, which is this, which doesn't have a default constructor. What? Constructor must explicitly initialize class ice cream decorator, declared here in line number main.5.cpp. Okay, fine. And here line number 7, this is inherited from ice cream decorator. This does not need a, okay, this is already inherited, this doesn't need a this constructor, because this instance is already present. This instance is already present, because from the inherited classes this instance is already present. Okay, this instance is already present, this is already set there. And here we will be setting it here. So here we will be setting it in the main.cpp. It should be ice cream decorator here. We have not included that class yet. Yeah, fine now. This is going to be the inherited class. Okay. Ice cream decorator vanilla instance, line number 18, unimplemented pure virtual method this. Yes, unimplemented, but it is of type this. So why do we want this? Let us check with the code once. So in the chocolate decorator we have to add a cake decorator of C. Okay, we add a fruit decorator, we add a chocolate decorator. of type. This is rabbit with chocolate decorator, rabbit with fruit decorator. This perspective is fine because it is of this. Okay, should be of this type, and these should be chocolate decorators, and here we have to add the to call ice cream decorator instance. Okay. Yeah, call ice cream decorator is equal to instance. Cake decorator C. It means we have to create an object with the constructor. Going to be public. This instance was not public, that was the mistake. That is being used by the inherited classes. Okay, let's do one thing. In here, let us make a type of chocolate decorator, and here let us make ice cream decorator of vanilla instance, and let us remove this. We don't need it actually, and let us call on this instance and this instance. This will call on the instance. Has a constructor. This is a constructor. This is of type ice cream, so this should work. Okay, this is a pure virtual class. Pure virtual class. Sorry, this is an interface. Interface won't have an object. And this we have to create the constructor here, and let's create the constructor here. So this worked. Okay, let us also make a different type, but this is not using interface, which I will fix later. Let us make one of type caramel, and let us call it the caramel instance. We also have to add the caramel here. So yes, so this worked. The price it was able to capture and take and decorate. Okay, there should be a space over here. So yeah, as you can see that this worked, it was able to decorate, but we still need to get better with the implementation. Thank you, bye.